Hello and welcome back to another episode of Mompreneur Mastery, Simple Instagram Strategy for Busy Moms. It has been a while since I've been here. This is episode 53. We took a little bit of a break because summer is wild. It's a very chaotic time for lots of families, and mine was no exception. But now that the chaos of summer is over, kids are back in school, or if you're a homeschooling family like me, you're just homeschooling and routines are thriving. And today we are going to talk about why now is the absolute ideal time to focus on having a solid Instagram strategy. So I'm going to share some actionable tips and a clear plan to help you make the most of this opportunity. Welcome to the Mompreneur Mastery Podcast, where we share actionable Instagram strategies that fit into a busy mom's schedule so that you can get more engagement, more leads, and more sales in less time. I'm Sydney O'Brien, an Instagram strategist who started my business with 3 kids under 5 and found a way to do it without sacrificing quality time with my family and only working 2 hours a day. I love helping other mom business owners find that seemingly impossible mom work-life balance instead of spending too much time creating content that isn't getting them the results they want. If you're an overwhelmed but very ambitious business owner and you want to strategize the heck out of your Instagram account so that you can save time and make more sales, you're in the right place. So, like I said, summer for me was super crazy. All of our routines kind of went out the window, and it was just straight up chaos. We had trips planned, we had camping trips, visiting family, more camping trips, lots of stuff going on, family visiting us. So a lot of the things that I had planned honestly didn't get done, which it happens. That's kind of life. So you might have noticed I wasn't sharing new episodes the past couple weeks. I was sharing a lot less on Instagram. I was doing like the bare minimum for my business, just so I could really maximize these adventures with my family, these trips we were going on, the camping we did, hanging out with the family that came to visit us, all of that. But now, summer is pretty much over. I don't know about you. I think today is the first official day of school where we are. I'm not positive because, again, we homeschool. Our co-op doesn't start yet, but I like to try and get our homeschooling lessons started around this time too, so we can get back into that routine that kind of just saves everyone's sanity, mostly mine. When things get too chaotic, I just find it very, very hard to get things done. It messes up my kids' sleep schedule, and it's too much. So, and that is the same for a lot of families. Lots of people went on trips over the summer. They went on vacations. They had activities going. So they weren't spending a lot of time on their phones. If you noticed that your Instagram engagement or reach was down, that is why. So now that summer is coming to a close, we're creeping up on spooky season. The air's getting a little colder, hopefully. Now is the absolute best time to make sure that you have a solid Instagram strategy that is actually going to get you sales. All right? Because again, they're done with their trips. They're getting back into their routine. And now that those fun summer activities are over, they're spending more time on social media. Now is the time to make sure that you have a strategy in place that is working for you so that as people continue to do more online, now that they're getting past those beach days or poolside days, your content is ready, your strategy is ready, because strategy is more than just your content, right? You know exactly what you're going to do to take advantage of this opportunity so that you have a super strong foundation for whatever next step you have in your business. Especially if you plan on doing a big holiday sale, because while it seems like it's really far away and kind of hard to think about planning ahead that far, you just really want to make sure that you have at least the foundation of a strategy around this time. Because before you can sell, before you can actually make sales from your Instagram account, you have to make sure you have the right people on your list. You have to make sure they're engaging with your content so that you can foster that connection and form that trust. so that they actually end up buying from you down the line. This isn't something that happens all in one post or in one conversation. This is something that happens over time. So you need to plan ahead and make sure that you have all of these working pieces of your strategy mapped out. You know what to work on so you can actually get those sales that you want, to make sure that the time you are spending on Instagram is actually helping your business, right? So starting to map that out now and see what needs work, what is fine, having a better idea of that now makes it so that you have plenty of time to set up all the different aspects of your strategy. Because one, no one wants to feel rushed. And two, I know I just said we're all like kind of getting back into routines and things, but with the fall also comes like unexpected sick days and parent-teacher nights, and all of these kind of unexpected things pop up. They always do, right? So planning ahead, make sure that we are not super rushing. It gives us plenty of time to make sure everything is in place, to make sure we maximize our sales from Instagram, basically. Now, my Instagram strategy and the strategy that I teach inside my membership, Post with Purpose, is a 5-step strategy that covers all of those bases I just talked about. So the first one is growth, and it's not to make sure you have a ton of followers. It's to make sure you have the right followers that are actually going to engage with your content and eventually convert into clients, right? It doesn't matter if anyone else is following you. These are the people you need to have following you if you want any of the other aspects of your Instagram strategy to work. If you want your Instagram marketing to be effective, you have to have ideal followers on your list. So that is the absolute baseline. Step 2 is engagement. Now, when you have the right followers and they start engaging with your content, it increases your reach, which helps you get more followers, but it also starts the process of starting conversations with your followers, which is helpful for getting market research, which is helpful for fostering connection and building trust. It's just the start of all of those things. So then the third step, once you are getting engagement from ideal followers, is focusing on connection. That connection piece really cannot be overlooked when it comes to social media. That is the social part of social media, okay? You just have to have it. And after you have the connection, you can work on building trust. Trust in you as an authority in your industry that you can actually help solve people's problems, right? You obviously have to have this. No one's going to buy your offer if they don't think your offer is actually going to help them in some way, right? And then the 5th step is promoting your offers, promoting and positioning and framing your offer in a way that makes people be like, yes, I need this in my life, and have them whipping out their credit cards ready to buy when you share it online. There's a basic overview of the 5 steps you need in an Instagram strategy for sales. So just a quick recap. The first step was growth, making sure you have the right followers in your target audience so that you can get step number 2, which is engagement, to get more reach and to start conversations so that you can get to step number 3, which is building that super essential connection with your followers so that you can get to step number 4, which is building trust in you and your work, so that you can get to step number 5, which is promoting your offers and actually making sales. So those are the 5 steps you need for a successful Instagram strategy. And of course, this isn't just your content, because you're obviously sharing things to your feed, but it's also outbound engagement, showing up in stories, talking to people in DMs. It's using different features of Instagram to make sure all of these things are happening. All of these steps are being reached so that it results in sales for your online business. Now, you probably already have some of these pieces in place. So if that sounds overwhelming, please don't stress. I know it sounds like a lot, but you're probably doing a lot of it already. And even if you're not doing it, we can simplify it to make it easy to add in. And if you are doing it and you're still not seeing sales, there's probably just a couple of tweaks that need to be made. The good news is, if you want to find the gaps in your Instagram strategy and find the exact steps that you need to take to make sure you have a complete Instagram strategy that will get you those ideal followers, that will get you that engagement, that gets that connection and builds the trust and ends with sales, I have a free quiz that you can take in the show notes here. It's called the Find and Fix the Gaps in Your Instagram Strategy quiz. A very long name, but totally worth it. So click that link.
Thank you so much for listening to
a
Mompreneur
couple minutes
Mastery,
to complete
simple
the quiz,
Instagram strategy
and you will
for
get the
busy
exact
moms.
steps you need
If you
to
found
close
this
those gaps
episode
in your
helpful, if you
Instagram
were nodding
strategy
along at any
so that
point
you
or
have
wanted
the
to take
solid
notes,
foundation
be sure to
ready to
subscribe so
go
you don't miss
now that
any
people
future
are getting
episodes,
back into
and
their
also
routines,
leave a rating and
and
review so that
engagement
more
is about to
mompreneurs
go
can
up
benefit from this
so
information.
that
And don't forget to
you can
find
make
and
more
fix the
sales
gaps
from
in
your
your
Instagram
Instagram
account.
strategy so you can make
I
more
can't wait to
sales
see
with the
what
free
you
quiz
do
in the show
with your
notes.
Instagram
Thanks
strategy.
for listening, and I can't wait
this
to be back in your
fall.
earbuds
Be sure to
next
give me a
week.
follow on Instagram so I can check it out and show your content some love and give you any advice you need. My handle is at socially.yours.strategist.
Hey mompreneur, did you know that the bulk of sales on Instagram happen in the DMs? It's true. That personal connection piece that I always talk about happens in those one-on-one conversations in DMs. That is why I made a training on how to strategize DMs so you can build that connection, nurture your followers, and sell to them in a non-cringy way. This strategy got me a 50% conversion rate on my last sale. Get access to the Cringeless DM strategy today for only $27 at the link in the show notes so you know exactly what to say and when to say it to get more sales on Instagram.